Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Game On, and this week in one of the strangest pairings since the Katniss Everdeen and Optimus Prime slashfic that I once wrote, we got a review of The Evil Within and the new Formula 1 game. What? Let's kick off with The Evil Within because, stuff actually happens in that game. This is the much vaunted return to survival horror from the man who basically invented it, Shinji Mikami. You probably know Mikami best for making Resident Evil, remaking Resident Evil, and setting Resident Evil on the path to ruination by making one of the best games of all time. What? The Evil Within sees Mikami come full circle and return to proper survival horror. You know, the one where you die quicker than a dog in a hot car in a volcano. You play as Detective Castellanos, aka the blandest man alive. A man who watches his friend turn into a monster before his eyes, is chased by a chainsaw-wielding madman, and fights off hordes of rather extreme body art fans for half a game before he goes, oh, something's wrong here. And the protagonist, being a master of understatement, is just the start of the narrative troubles. The Evil Within leaps about all over the place, from creepy Resident Evil 4-like rural village to creepy Resident Evil 1-like abandoned mansion. Look, I'm not trying to say we've seen it all before. Oh no, wait, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that. It's a greatest hits compilation of horror game tropes, and now that's what I call Mikami. And the thing is, the tropes are great and work well, but they're tied together by a story that is absolute gobbledygook. It's a plot and scenario from your nightmares, the kind you get when you sat up all night eating loads of cheese and LSD. But the hot mess of the story aside, the game is pretty damn creepy. Take a look.
Oh, we're back in the crash.
Yep, excellent. Out we get. It's all good, we're all fine, we're all good. Don't worry, just a crash. Shrug that off, just like everything else, shrug it off.
Oh, like I say, he wants to search for his friends. But they would never be this far away. Is that them?
They turned into a dead
what is that?
Horse? Is that a horse? What is that?
What is that?
What is it?
Where's his head?
Where's its face? Is that
a cow?
Cow, it's a cow.
Is that a cow?
Dead cow.
Is that a big goat?
It's a guava, isn't it?
It's massive. It's
a
any unidentified animal will just assume it's a guava until proven otherwise.
Yeah, I don't even know what guava is.
I don't actually know.
No idea what a guava is.
You've made it up, mate.
Why are you saving?
I don't know. Is that what that means?
Yeah.
I thought I had to sign.
So go behind you.
I thought I had to do some admin.
No.
I had to sign a document. Do you think every day when it's work, everyone went, "Why are you dressed like an accountant from the 40s?"
Some kind of douchebag. See that? Walk towards that.
Oh, he's in there, isn't he?
No, he's not in there. No. Your birthday presents are in there. Run, Forrest! That blows up.
What?
You're alive. Just get out. Go. Oh my God! You've taken your lantern out. Why are you put your lantern away?
I'm trying to run.
Okay, click the stick. Just click R1, R3. Oh my God!
Why couldn't I sprint?
Mikami has basically smashed together bits of Japanese horror with the grim, grubby aesthetic of American Grindhouse, and somehow he's ended up with something more grotesque than the sum of its parts, like Jedward. Oh, and for those of you wondering about the Katniss Optimus thing, how that worked, you remember the Energon axe that he had in his arm? It just... yeah.
Okay, so this week I'm going to review Coming Up for Air by George Orwell, a simulation game where you play F1's latest star going for championship glory, who returns to his childhood home shortly before the outbreak of World War II. So what's happening here is F1 2014 is really good and you should play it, but it's a little bit short on the old featuroonies, so I'm having to mix in a review of something else that was sort of close to hand as I was saying. But it is good. You should play it. And how long?
About 2 minutes.
About 2 minutes. In F1 2014, your character becomes disillusioned with his life while selecting his team freely from the entire grid rather than earning his way up the ranks. He's unsure where to spend some winnings from a horse race until attending a left-wing book club with his wife. He becomes disillusioned at the hatred shown towards Sebastian Vettel, so he decides to drive for the revitalised Williams team. A chance meeting with his ex-girlfriend, who he affectionately called Handling Physics, was smooth but heavier than before and had obvious signs of turbo lag. She was far more tail-happy than he remembered, but that all just added to the realism of this updated ex-girlfriend. How long? No. He continued his journey and found his old house with all his old toys, including a great mode where you could drive cars from the 80s and 90s, had been turned into a tea shop. Other previous features of his village were also missing, but it didn't really bother him, as he could see over the horizon the next generation village that was soon to supplant this one, just over the hill, so he was more than happy to enjoy this slightly different old village for now. I actually haven't finished this yet, as you can see I'm only about a third of the way through, but I have really enjoyed it, as I have F1 2014. Great segue, thank you. It's already one of the prettiest games on the PS3, so next year's one's going to be awesome, but this will do for now. Not F1 2014, but